An attractive woman sitting alone at the bar was served a strawberry daiquiri. She said to the bartender, "I didn't order anything like that." He nodded toward a man sitting alone at the end of the bar. Juanita was looking for a suitable candidate for the evening, something she was inexperienced in. She reasoned that this man met her criteria for cheating. He was irresistibly handsome, well-dressed, and fit. But most importantly, he wasn't her husband. The man at the bar, in her opinion, might have been a little older than herself, but not old enough to affect what she had planned. She expressed her appreciation with a wide smile. The man smiled back and walked over to sit next to her. "Thank you for the drink, mister. Would you like to keep a lonely elderly lady company tonight?" He turned to face her, examined her fully, top to bottom, and said, "If you're that lady, I'm sure I am. My name is Juanita, cowboy. Jesse, and no, it's not Jesse James." "So, Jesse, not Jesse James, are you here at the convention?" "What convention?" "I guess that answers the question. Are you here for business or pleasure?" "I'm here on business, but I wouldn't deny myself the pleasure if it fell to me." "Oh, I like that answer. It's nice to talk to someone about something other than whose machine can create the most widgets in an hour." Jesse pretended to snore. Juanita laughed. "That's right. I'm in sales, Jesse. What do you do for a living?" "I'm an assassin." Juanita almost choked on her drink. "An assassin? That must mean something other than piffle, you're dead, hitman." "No, I'm a cold-blooded killer." Juanita laughed. "You should be a stand-up comedian. You said that with such a nonchalant face." "No, seriously, what do you do?" "I'm telling you the truth. I'm a hitman. People pay me to kill other people." "You mean you're some kind of mercenary who gets paid by the government to take out terrorists or rescue hostages in some foreign shithole?" "No, although I did do that when I was in Special Forces. When I found out how much assassins were paid, I didn't enlist again." "So, Jesse the hitman, who are your clients?" "I never know who hires me, and I don't want to know. I get information on the target, study their habits and movements to determine the best time and place to kill them, and then I kill them." "Are these the bad people you're killing?" "I assume they are because the people who hire me are bad. In my opinion, my targets wouldn't deal with the bad people who hire me if they were good people to begin with." "You're full of shit, Jesse. No real assassin would tell a woman he just met that he kills people. It's just not believable. That's why I can tell you. If you go to the police and tell them you just met a hitman, they'll laugh in your face. You don't have a way to prove it. That would tell you it's unbelievable." "Okay, I'll play along a little bit more. So, you're kind of listed in the phone book as killer." No. I'm listed as a human exterminator." He smirked. "There you go. Now I know you're bullshitting me. I was beginning to think there was some truth to what you were saying. I'll make it easy for you to find out if what I'm saying is true or not. I'm always lying." "That's better. I have to admit, of course, that you're different. I like your strange sense of humor. Tell the truth. Are you married?" "No. Professional risks, traveling, risk of being arrested, risk of being killed, etc. What about you? You're wearing a wedding ring." "Yeah, but it doesn't matter." "Why not?" "Because I'm going to divorce that son of a bitch." "I think you should tell me why now, but I don't really care." "Well, since you asked me so nicely, that bastard's got a gambling problem. We have a parking space reserved at a pawn shop. I never know what jewelry I'm going to wear because half the time it's in the pawn shop. I never know when my laptop will be home or if we'll have a TV to watch." "Have you tried taking him to the clinic?" "He says he has no problems. He says he has everything under control. He's going to send us to a home." "So that gives you permission to have fun with other men? Have sex? What century are you from? Look, he disrespects me and our marriage every time he loses my hard-earned money behind my back. So I've decided I'm not going to honor my marriage vows when I'm away from home. Let's cut to the chase, Jesse. Do you want to have sex with me or discuss my lack of morals?" "I'd love to, if it suits your morals." "You soft-tongued devil." "My room? That's my preference. There are too many coworkers on the floor where my room is." "Let's go." They went up to his room, which was a mini-suite with a king-sized bed. She walked up to him. "Do you mind if I unwrap my own present? It's been a long time since I've received such a nice gift." "It would be my pleasure." She unzipped his jacket and looked around. "No gun?" "It's in a locked case in the closet." "Why do you ask? Do you need a gun?" "Not unless yours goes off when I pull the trigger. Get out of the way." She hung his coat in the closet and noticed there was a regular hotel safe. When she returned, she took his pants, boots, and socks. Again, she hung the pants in the closet. The shoes and socks flew to the closet floor. His shirt hit the closet floor with his boxers. They did this for over an hour. They sat up in bed to review after intercourse. Jesse, I'm glad I caught you between jobs. Fucking you can be addictive. I can make an excuse to stay another day if you can. I'm sorry, but I don't take breaks from work. I have to leave tonight. What do you mean you don't have a break from work? I've been watching the subject for the last 2 days. Has this man gone to bed tonight? Not yet. I hope I haven't distracted you from your work. No, actually, you made it easy. What do you mean? You're my target. Juanita sat in shock for a second with her heart pounding. You're talking nonsense again, aren't you? It doesn't make any sense. Why would I be a target? I've done nothing against anyone else except maybe my worthless husband. Juanita, I'm afraid this is because of your husband. He still owes people $50,000. They warned him before. Now he's going to get a warning by killing a close family member. I'm sorry, Juanita, but they chose you. It wasn't my choice. You better be kidding, Jesse. We just made love for over an hour, for God's sake. I thought we had something special. At least it was for me. Of course, you don't fuck all your victims before you kill them, do you? A few women, but no men. All the women agreed to fuck me if I didn't kill them. I found that having sex under those circumstances was a real high. That's why I waited until the end to tell you. I don't believe you. You're not going to kill me. You're not that cold-blooded, are you? I'm afraid I am. She could read the stare. Jesse, is there anything I can do to make you change your mind? I'll do anything. You could try paying $50,000 right now. Yeah, like I carry that much in my purse all the time. Jesse, you can't do that. Look, from now on, I'm going to be on watch for you. Just tell me where and when, and I'll come over and fuck you any way you want. Just please don't kill me. I'm sorry, Juanita, but I have a reputation for finishing the job I'm supposed to do. If I don't, I'll be the next target for some other assassin. But I'll make you a deal. Yeah, anything, Jesse. What's the deal? I'll let you choose how you die. Suicide from a rooftop, slit your wrists in a bathtub, or a single shot to the head or chest. My advice is to go with the bathtub if you want an open casket funeral in your family. Of course, the head is the quickest death. Juanita changed tactics. She got angry. You insensitive bastard, I'm not choosing any of the above. I'm choosing for you to shove your gun up your ass and shoot yourself. Colorful, but unrealistic. Jesse walked over to the closet while Juanita sobbed on the bed. He opened the safe and then pulled out a metal case. He unlocked it and pulled out a gun. He then put the silencer on and screwed it on tight. Walking over to Juanita, he loaded the cartridge. Juanita looked up at him with tear-filled eyes. Go ahead, you son of a bitch, shoot me. I promise I'll haunt you for the rest of your fucking life. Jesse calmly and firmly put the gun to her left temple. Any last words? Yes, do me a favor and kill my husband next. I'd be happy to, but you don't have the money to pay me. He took a deep breath. I want you to know. I really had a great time with you tonight, Juanita. I'm really sorry to have to do this. Please believe me that it's nothing personal. Juanita closed her eyes and grimaced in anticipation of the execution. She heard a loud click, and then nothing. Did it misfire? Are you trying to torture me further? Shoot me already, damn it! I'm sorry, Juanita, but this is not your time. Actually, my job was to scare the shit out of you. I think I succeeded. Now you need to go back to your husband and get him to pay his debts. Juanita trembled as she sat on her knees on the bed. Not another word was spoken as Juanita dressed to go back to her room. Jesse packed up his things to check out and leave. Juanita retired to her room, alternately crying and throwing up. She was keenly aware that she had been absolutely certain a few minutes earlier that she was going to die a horrible death. She was too weak to walk. When she returned home, she headed straight for her smiling husband, who opened his arms to greet her. She kicked him in the balls with her foot and then slapped him with her bag. You piece of shit, you sneaky bastard! I almost got killed last night because of you. Honey, what in God's name are you talking about? You fucking gambling dead asshole. Your loan shark's hitman threatened to kill me so you'd pay your debts on time from now on. He put a fucking gun to my head and pulled the fucking trigger. I've never been so scared in my life. I'm getting away from you as fast as I can. You have one thing you need to do. Tell your gambling friends that I'm no longer a part of your life, so my death is no longer a blackmail threat. But Juanita, it's okay now. They said someone paid my debt. I assumed it was you who somehow got the money. Baby, I promise on my father's grave I'll never gamble again. Honey, we can go back to normal now. Juanita was confused. Finally, she exclaimed, "Fuck you! Sign the damn papers when you get them." She ran out of the house and dissolved the marriage. 6 months later. "May I see Mr. Lupo, please?" "And what business would you have with Mr. Lupo?" "I need the contact info for a hitman. He had to scare me about my husband's gambling debts." "Wow, young lady. We don't know anything about gambling, much less a hitman. You've been watching too many crime shows. Please leave the premises. Please, I won't tell the police anything. I don't want to know anything except how to contact Jesse." "What's all the commotion in here?" "Nothing I can't handle, Mr. Lupo." Juanita ran over and knelt down in front of him. "Please, Mr. Lupo, tell me how to contact Jesse." "Jesse, if I really once knew someone named Jesse, and I'm not saying I do, why do you want to contact him?" "Ia, I love him. I want him to know that." She started sobbing. "Lady, you need to forget about Jesse." "I can't." "Lady, how can I say this gently? Jesse is no longer with us." "What?" "I heard he couldn't fulfill the terms of his contract with someone who was upset enough to make sure he never broke the contract again. But he did it to save me. I don't know anything about that. I've already said too much. Go on with your life. I just want you to know that I'm gonna miss Jesse, too." Juanita returned to her lonely apartment. She drank until she fell asleep. When she woke up, she drank coffee and took some aspirin for her headache. She hadn't planned on going anywhere, but when the drinking was over, Juanita walked into the nearest liquor store. She drank again until she passed out. When she woke up, it was night, and she was very hungry. Pizza seemed too dangerous for her upset stomach. She ordered Chinese food. When the doorbell rang, she took some money to the door. As soon as the door was unlocked, she was plowed to the floor and a hood was thrown over her head. She felt the prick of a needle and soon lost consciousness. Juanita woke up after some time unknown to her. She could tell she was tied up lying in the car seat, and the hood was still over her head. She could tell from the bumpy road that they were not driving on the main highway. After a while, the road got even bumpier. They were driving on gravel with potholes. Juanita pondered what had happened. She concluded that her run-in with Mr. Lupo had reminded him that the job he had ordered had failed. She was on her way to her death. Judging by the ride, it was going to happen in the wilderness. For some reason, she didn't feel all that upset. She had come face to face with death once before. The car stopped and her back seat door opened. She was pulled outside and stood up. Juanita was then thrown over the man's back and carried. He had 3 steps to go before he stopped. The door was unlocked and creaked as it opened. She was carried into the building and stood up. Her arms and legs were released. Finally, her hood was removed. "Hi, Juanita." Juanita just grabbed him, hugged him, and kissed him. "Oh, Jesse, I thought you were dead. Put your arms around me and don't let go. We were both close to dying. The courier was an assassin. You've been targeted again. My contract was up for a few months. I've been hiding, but I've been following you. I think they would have left you alone until you ran into Mr. Lupo. Jesse, you're the one who paid off my ex-husband's debt, aren't you?" "I did. And you did it because you cared about me?" "I couldn't kill you. I was hoping the money would take you off the target list. Instead, it took my job and put me on your own blacklist." "You were willing to do it for one night of sex?" "No. I did it in hopes of many more nights of sex. Juanita, I'm sorry, but from now on, we both have to live on the run. We have to be ready to leave at a moment's notice. If you don't want this life, you need to leave now. I'll drive you and drop you off wherever you want to go." "Where are you going next?" "I was going to stay here for a while. Do you mind?" "Of course not. Jesse, what are we going to do for money if you don't get paid to be a hitman anymore?" "I've made a lot of money over the years. Looks like I'm also a talented venture capitalist. We don't have to worry about money." "Do I have to work?" "I'd be glad to. It would be too dangerous. You need to be a stay-at-home mom." "What? You're assuming I'll marry you and have your kids?" "Pretty much. Hell, I must be better in bed than I thought. I get all that from a man I slept with one night." "Uh-huh. Well, if neither of us has to work, what are we going to do with our time?" "Have babies. Good choice. Now to bed?" No, Jesse, I want to conceive our firstborn on that bearskin rug over there. We're going to name him Bear. You're not on the pill? I stopped as soon as I found out my divorce from the asshole was going through. I wasn't planning on having sex with anyone for quite some time. For the next few days, I need to be nice and fertile. Juanita, do you want to get married? Jesse, as far as I'm concerned, we're married. If you want a piece of paper that says we're legally married, I don't care. All you need to know is that if I ever betray you, you can go back to being an assassin. You didn't have to say that. I took it for granted.